Can we talk for just a minute about some of these graphics and why you might be taking them the wrong way? There's this one that goes through several of the ones that you're like, oh, I would never use that product again. There's also this one that floated around TikTok for a year or more. But can we actually talk about what's happening with those companies and why it was happening and what you might learn from their experiences? What are you doing for retirement? It's just a question. And this is on a health and wellness side, number one, because these companies have been said that they were the all-natural companies that sold out to the big guy, and now all their formulations have changed. But number two, because this is part of your long-term health and wellness planning. Because the number one factor in whether or not people remain healthy is actually socioeconomic. It's not the poisons in your food, it's not any of that, it's socioeconomic status. And then how connected you feel to your community. If you want to be angry about the little guy selling out and them changing their formulations, I want you to go look at specific ones and say, I would no longer buy this one because they changed X, Y, and Z after they were sold out. But if you go to a company like Pure Encapsulations, which sold to Nestle back in, gosh, it was forever ago. I was still seeing one of the reps that was part of that purchase process plan. So that had to have been 2008, 2009. Like, it was a while ago, and people are like, oh, they just sold out. Well, no, they didn't. But you know what they did do after that? They brought in people who were starting to get into the functional medicine health space, and they started putting together webinars for people so that they could understand why the supplements had the formulations that they had, what the research said, and how they could best optimize a plan using that supplement or other supplements for the people that they were working with. Since then, they have expanded that network to include a bunch of different doctors, including the thyroid pharmacist, Isabella Wentz, and they have put up protocols that are specific to different providers so that you can say, okay, well, this person has this protocol and I can just go and I can buy this protocol and I know I'm going to get better because this is what they recommended and they worked with this company to get this protocol put together. Literally, that's what Pure Encapsulations have done. They have made themselves better. The sale of a lot of these companies, Larabar, Primal Kitchen, Siete, all of these little guys that you're bashing now because they sold out, what were they supposed to do for retirement? Who was supposed to buy the company? How are they supposed to ensure that they could afford to continue living in the house that they live in, could afford to continue the health insurance that they have that maybe isn't really helping them anyway, could afford to do the things that they want to do in life in their retirement so that they can stay connected to their children who may have moved away because of a job opportunity, to their grandchildren who they might otherwise not get to know because they couldn't afford to travel to see them? What were they supposed to do? And here's the other thing. I think some of these companies are getting bought out by some big players that you maybe don't agree with that company's overall reaching goals of monetary income. But here's what I think is happening. These bigger companies, they see a tide shift. RFK Jr. was just confirmed by the Senate, and if we're to believe everything he said, he's going to turn health around in this country. Part of that is still, 99% of that is still on you, believe it or not. It's on you and your actions and what you choose to do to your body every day. 90% of that is on you. One man cannot change the health of the country. You have to make decisions too. But if we're to believe that he's going to get done all the things that he says he's going to get done, even with all the people that are being paid by lobbyists from all of these companies to support their special interests, then these companies have a vested interest of going in and purchasing out these known, like, and trusted brands so that they don't have to spend money on reinventing the wheel. They don't have to spend the time and effort to regain the population base. And they might use these brands to then replace some of their ones that are going to become a lot less popular or under severe attack because RFK Jr. is in office. But what's your retirement plan? And if you had to learn or had to find a way to create indoor plumbing again versus buying the plan set and all the equipment from somebody else, what would you do?